Peoples of the planet. Oh boy, welcome everybody. Let me say hello. Master, the first one. Welcome my friend, Mr. Syrian. Welcome man. Who's in there? Hitmax. Where are you? Welcome. But like the other day, we are having a lot of frame drops. I don't know what's going on with my ISP though. I lowered normally I stream at 4500 my bit rate, and now I put it down to 2500, but it's still I'm dropping a lot. I don't even know if you guys can hear me okay. I guess I can try stream. Frame drop and 144. Yep. It's really bad. I don't know again if we're gonna be able to stream, guys. Let me start opening Unity here. Yeah, well, Syrian sounds okay. Yeah, at least hopefully you guys can hear me, but it's going to be annoying. It's going to be super annoying, guys. Because if you guys let me open Unity and let me open Visual Studio and see if you guys can see anything, right? Because if you guys cannot see the code, then it's gonna be, because I can try stream that this way. We may have like a short stream, but can you guys see the code well, or is the quality too bad you guys cannot see it? Unwatchable for most people, yeah. Man. And let me show ya. See, right now it's going like all over the place. Looks like now it's good enough, right? But then it falls to like 1,000 something, and sometimes goes close to 0. And that's my ISP, there's nothing I can do about it. And look right here, the settings. I'm doing the output is 2500. Normally this should be 4500, right? It looks like that. Same take with KDO. Only now it's worse. Yeah, let me see if I go to settings here. Output. Let's go back to 4500 and see what happens. Yeah, OBS goes almost red right now all the time. Maybe it's gonna get better, but let's just wait for a second. Yeah, it should be way better now. Let's see if it's gonna keep dropping. Looks like it's stable. We are green, guys. We are green. That's what I want to see. Looks like we are good. Hopefully. Let me put OBS to the side here. Yeah, now it should be. Now is the settings that I normally stream at, right? And now we are green. Maybe the gods of the internet's gonna let us stream tonight. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe you guys, this stream is gonna take maybe like 20-30 seconds for you guys, so the stream can pick it up the new bit rate, but it should be better soon. Hopefully will be better soon. And I was putting some thought on this thing. right? Let me lower the music here. Let me lower a little bit. I mail God to make things better. Thanks, dude. Oh, by the way, let me take a look in the app. Dude, if you're gonna do that in there, that's gonna be awesome. So Syrian is gonna be doing the, he's going through, as far as I know, he's going to go through those Unity interactable tutorials. And if you guys have any questions about those things, he's gonna be doing that. And if you guys have any question, that's the guy to ask. Let me see here. Where is my link for it? There we go. I found it. Hopefully I'm not gonna crash my stream by opening this, because I remember last time I opened this software, my stream crashed. So I'm doing it for real. Man, that's gonna be awesome. It's updating bunch of stuff. 1 second, guys. I put in the screen as soon as I can. I don't know if I can put that in the screen, but I will put in the screen. Hopefully I'm not gonna show things that I should not show. Where is the thing? Come on. It's opening, guys. What is this? What is this thing? There we go. Then we go to here. And lobby. There we go. Now I see it. This is awesome, dude. Installer. This is awesome, serious. So if you guys don't have the link to join, normally I have the bot. Now and then the bot shows the link for you guys. And I believe, I'm not sure how you guys can find this to join, but if anything, ask us in the chat, or let me see here. Let me see if I have the link here, and then I give to you guys right now. And then in Syrian, you can save this link, and I believe you can also invite people. Let me see here if I have it. Edit. Okay, so here is the link. There we go. The bot was faster than I was. So that's the link, guys. If you guys want to join, here is the app. And this app is pretty cool, because if I click on live, if my stream doesn't crash, you can actually watch the stream in the app, and then you have the you can say hello in the here, and works in the chat. So you don't need to use the browser if you don't want to, right? And then you can if you want to chat here, you can click on the community, and then you have the different rooms here, right? So let me close that before my stream crashes. So this is pretty cool. This is kind of like a Discord type of thing, but integrated with Twitch. It's pretty nice. So if you guys want to start using it, it's pretty handy. And I think they are trying to integrate as well with the Twitch app, right? So I think at some point everything would be integrated. So the Twitch app and the phone, the internet probably would look the same, and that app for sure. Dr. Argus, welcome, my man. Hello, my people. We got a lot of frame drops tonight in the beginning, but now looks like it's good. Looks like we are good to go. We had to wait a couple minutes, but looks like we're good, man. How are you doing, Doctor? By the way, I was saying, Mr. Syrian is going to do, you know, those Unity tutorials that interactable. So he's gonna be doing that. I was showing the app here for you guys. He's going to be doing this here. I don't know if you're there, Doctor, but if you want join, we have the link. Do I still have it in my... No, I don't. I have it here. Let me copy and paste one more time. That if you guys want to join, so this is a community that's integrated with Twitch, right? In the Twitch app. That's where it is. Check the link. Which link? Hitmax. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Let me double check that. And he's gonna be helping if you guys are starting. That's pretty cool though. I didn't know that you could do that. That's probably new. Just drag the audio and then I'll add the audio source and put that in there automatically. That's pretty cool, man. There's a lot of new features in Unity now. One thing that I didn't know, let me close this thing here. One thing that I did not know about it, for a long time when I started with Unity, I don't know if you guys know, but when you have your components like this, if you wanna, let's say, I wanna put this network identity, I wanna put up, I would have to right click and then move up, right? Oh, it's gonna break my prefab. But you would have to be clicking and moving up every time, right? Now you can actually just click on it and drag wherever you want it. And this is new too. And, you know, I just, another day I was playing around with it. And I say, oh, can you do that now? So that's something new. You can actually just drag your components and rearrange them. And before was just, you know, you had to click every time. It was like just a pain. Look at interactive. You missed the point. Did I? Let me make full screen here. Look at interactive. Is this the right link? I thought that you're trying to show me that when you drag the audio, that creates the audio source and sets the audio for you. That's what I thought. It override everything. So okay, you have other components in there. Oh, dude! It removed all the other components. I did not notice that before. Now I see it. Bam, all gone. That's crazy, dude. I thought that you were saying like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like you drag the audio, they add the audio source and the audio, but then they remove everything else though. Oh yeah, good job, Unity. Oh, dude. I didn't catch that the first time. Took me a while. I joined the community, but I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm not sure either, Doctor. We figured it out as we go, you know. Interactive tutorials. Yep. I'm looking for some. Yeah, Master, go lurk for a little bit, man. Go lurk for a little bit. Yeah, but that's cool, Syrian, because before I start working, I was we had the Discord, so I was more active on the Discord, right? And then we end up creating. I end up creating the community. Actually, we had the community on Twitch, but I never had used it. I was using more Discord. Now that I'm working, I have no time at all, not even for the Discord. I think that's awesome. You're gonna do something there, right? Because we have some people in the Discord, and we have different people on. Of course, some of the guys that are in the Discord, they are in the community as well. But some of the guys in the community are not in Discord, and same thing, some on Discord are not in the community. So that's awesome. You're going to do something there, man. Save scenes, save project. Okay, this is what I was thinking to do. Did I finish removing the empty lines here now? Just gonna remove this empty line so I can collapse this code here in one big thing. Why is that in there? Can I do this? Yes. Okay, cool. So this is what I'm thinking to do, guys. This could be one. I'm happy to be more active resident on Discord for you. Man, the way that I see it, it's like not my Discord. It's like our Discord, right? It's not that nobody owns it. So like if I'm not there, I know that you guys are there, right? But the idea is like help each other no matter who is helping, right? That's the thing. Let me see here. So these would be one solution, right? But I don't want to go to that path yet. I kind of still want to do this manager here, but I was thinking really, really, really about this, and my conclusion that for now, where is my thingamajigger here? This is not what we are looking for. So this is the public handler. Where is the network handler though? Dude, where is the network handler? What I'm thinking is to just, instead of adding that to the inventory, what I'm gonna do is just reset the inventory. I'm gonna bypass. So instead of calling update in the inventory or add or remove, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bypass it and just place the items in there. It's pretty much the same thing that happens when the server is loading. So when the server is loading, it doesn't go through the process of adding all the items to the inventory. It just grab all that chunk of items and say, take it. This is in your inventory right now. And those items, they come from the database, the SQLite. They come with all the information, the slot that they were in, everything. So when you place it and when you need to display them on the UI, they show in the right places, right? So that's kind of like what I'm thinking to do right now, because if I start using these events, no matter how I do it, I would have the inventory loop thing, right? Let me see here. Where's my... So it would be something similar to what we are doing with the toggle, because here in the toggle, we create that data type. It's pretty much the same thing we were doing here in the serialization, right? We create those types in there, and then we are creating those, serializing those, and sending that over. Cameron, welcome to the stream, man. Nice to see ya. So we are serializing everything. The only thing that could go bad is that we are not calling any event when this happens, right? So let's say that the server just created a charcoal in that inventory. The event telling that client that the charcoal was created in that inventory is not going to be fired. I don't know if that's going to, at least at this moment, it's not going to break anything, right? It's not going to. Just got a ton of done in Trello. That's good, man. That's good. I'm still fighting with this inventory, man. Still fighting with it. But I think tonight, restart required. We will restart your device outside of active hours. Select this message to change active hours or restart now. Oh boy. It's not going to restart right now, right? Change active hours. Dude. Wait a second, guys. I need to change it this time here. Otherwise, we're gonna go bye-bye. When a restart is necessary to finish installing an update, we won't automatically restart your device during active hours. Before attempting to restart. Start time. Oh, let's change this. Let's do 12 p.m. So start time 8 a.m. end time 12 p.m. Save. Okay, don't restart anything, Windows. Don't restart my computer. Thanks, son. But this is what we're gonna do, guys. And we're gonna serialize and put everything in there. So let's get started. And I'm gonna create a method for this because we're gonna be using this a lot in a lot of places, and I don't want to be doing you know, repeating the code here. So public methods, network handlers, event handlers. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add that. Let's do private. I don't know what I need at this point, but I'm gonna do private void serialize inventory items, right? I don't know what I need yet, and that maybe this probably would be returning a string in there, right? If viewers are interested in trying out Unity, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So looks like we need a game object go. We need a message. Where is our message? This one right here. Let's just fill this thing with all the things we need. Message. And serialize items. we may need to create a new message here. Because that is the toggle message. So what we got here? Serialize items. Yeah, we need to change this though. Because if we have more than one inventory, this would fail. And we know that, right? So let's build this knowing that we have, pretending that we have one inventory, but we're gonna add support for more than one inventory as soon as we get the first one working, okay? So let's use this message here for now. Because I want to test it, my idea, before I go crazy with it. And see if that works. Let me do this. Me comment that out because we have the two types of type of requests that we're gonna have. The first one, it's asking for the items. So if we are asking for the items, we're gonna go through the items. We're gonna serialize them and put them in the message. If the message would say like a put these items on the inventory, then we do the opposite, right? We for each deserialized items, we deserialize them, and we do that. And then we create the item, we add the items to the list, right? And right here looks like we are saving them to the SQLite already. But let's hold on to that thought, that idea. Serialize inventory items. And right here I'm gonna do private void items. So this is what I want. I don't want a void here. I want a list. I want to return here a list of base items, right? And on the serialization, I want a string to be returned. Okay, so that's what we want. We don't know if we're gonna get what we want, but that's what we want. Return a string dot empty. Okay, and return null. Okay, so both of those things don't have error anymore, but this is kind of like how I see it. And here it should be I inventory. So this is kind of like how I see it. We pass the inventory to it, and we're gonna pull the items from it serialized. When we deserialize, we're gonna have the list here that we could use to overwrite the other lists, right? And did I miss something? Catalytic creations followed? Thanks for the follow, man. I'm sorry if I missed it. I'm sorry if I missed it. I have my audio muted in here. I don't know if he's still there, but if you still are in there, I'm so sorry. Thanks for the follow. Catalytic Creations. The Blue Muzzy. Welcome to the stream. Happy I was able to catch the stream. Dude, we almost could not stream tonight. The Blue Muzzy. Almost, man. We had a lot of frame drops. But, you know, the internet is being good to us. Nice to see, man. What we are doing here, just to let you know, we are trying to we are working on the network inventory system for the game, and we are serializing the data using a custom serialization thing. And we've been working on this for a week already. I really want to finish. Let me see here. We go back to the game. If you guys never saw the game, I'm gonna show you really quick, and then we can go back to the code. But yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of serialization inception, right? Because we have to serialize the items ourselves. Because of the scriptable objects, they cannot just be serialized, so we need to have like a custom serialization just for the scriptable objects. And then with that custom serialization, we send that through the network again. That will be serialized again through the UNet network. And then when it gets to the other side, we deserialize through the network, deserialize our custom, and then put the items back on the inventories, right? I had that going the other night. Man, like, I think this is the third time this month. I don't know what's going on with my ISP, but this is the third time that happened. I don't know, maybe I need to request for like a commercial internet or something like that. I know that's gonna be more expensive, but I remember that when I had commercial type of internet, I never had issues, never. And now that I have like a normal internet, it's just crazy. Even though I have the speed, it's just crazy, right? Wanted to stop by, yeah. So this is the game, guys. It's very simple at this moment. You have the inventory. You can, you know, shoot stuff. The other day, I just added the tracers for the weapons, so now you guys can see the tracers. Can I reload? Oh, I don't have more bullets. Just give me a second. Let me farm some bullets here, guys. Ammo, 5,000. Now what? I don't have bullets? Nah. Never saw a developer without bullets, man. It's okay, now we have the bullets. We have our little barrels here that we can grab some sort of like blueprint, right? So you can craft items. So open here, you click. Right now we know everything already, so everything is green. But otherwise, if we did know how to craft, it would be red. So this is the secondary ammo. We already know. So if I use, that would make the thing here green, and when I click on it, I can craft. So I can click craft on it, that goes to the queue, it's crafting, and now we got the bullets. So that's how the crafting works. Everything in the game now needs one wood to be crafted, right? But I can change that pretty easy in the custom editor here. So if we go to our blueprint here, and where's my button? Edit blueprint. So this is the item blueprint, and this is the blueprint itself. It gets a little bit complicated, but Ploppy, welcome to the stream, my man. See, I have one wood. I could add one more ingredient anytime, and so let's say you need a building block to create a knife or whatever, and then automatically in a game that would update to wherever is the ingredients that you would need to craft that blueprint, right? Or that item per se. So we have that. We have the building system. So we have rocks. So if you hit the rocks with a knife, or if you hit the trees with a knife, you would be getting wood and that type of thing for now. We have the building system that you can build stuff. We have the locks. The locks are working through the network. Everything works through the network already. So pretty much what we are working now today is this campfire right here. Not the campfire per se, but the network inventory, right? Because it's a very special inventory, besides the fact that the players can add stuff to it. So I can even remove the wood from here and it turns off, right? If I put the wood back on it and click on, it turns off. And it's special because this charcoal here is being added by the server. So when I turn the campfire on, the server does the burning. So if there is meat in there, let me use the console here. So items, consumables, raw meat. Let me see here. And if we put this raw meat in there, we should, and see that we have a bug here that's putting the item in there. That's what we are trying to fix. So if I put that raw meat in there, now the raw meat goes away and we get one cooked meat. We could use it. And the charcoal keeps going. So besides the player putting items there, it's the server that keeps putting item. So we are trying to fix that, because if I open a new editor here, Jacob, my man, how are you doing? How are you doing, man? Nice to see ya. The biggest problem that we had was, come on, Unity, come to me. Come to me. There we go. Let's log in here with player me1. Right, Mortal, my poor cat. 3 different medicines and give him fluid, IV fluid. Dude, he didn't got better yet, like at all? And welcome to the stream, by the way, Mortal. I was thinking, like, the other day when you say it, I was like laying down in bed and trying to sleep, and I was thinking, like, why is his cat not eating? I was trying to figure it out, what's going on. He's still not eating or moving. Dude, that's what I was thinking. How old is your cat? Is he a young cat or he's an old cat? Because it could be age. That was my plans that I was thinking. Could be age. Maybe something, you know. So our biggest problem was these guys. Everything was working completely fine. But let's say if I open the inventory here, the charcoal in there, it's being created in the server, but this client has no idea what's going on. So I don't get the updates here. So it keeps in 24 and never updates, right? So this is one of the reasons that we are refactoring everything. So I can turn it off. Everything else should work. So I can turn it off. It turns off on the server and the client. If I turn back on, it should turn back on. If I remove the wood from here, it should remove the wood from, it should turn off. But we don't get the updates. When the server is adding things to the campfire, we don't get the update. That's what we want, right? If the guys just here put a meat in there and say like, I want to see my meat, right? I want to see my cooked meat. You're never gonna see it. So this is what you're trying to fix today, right? Hopefully that answered the question for you guys that just got in here. You guys don't know what Jeff Crazy is doing. Crazy. We tried so many things. We tried serializing, and I really think that's a good idea. Where is my net inventory? This that we implement last night, this is a custom override of UNet, right? So we can serialize ourselves. We can keep everything in sync as if we can have our own variables as sync vars, but we do manually, right? This way, and we can deserialize. We override the deserialize for the network. I think this is a really good idea, but I'm not gonna implement right now. But I'm really thinking to do it at some point for the inventories, right? So then we don't need the messages. I need to see which one will be more efficient. Are we going to be saving network bandwidth if we use the messages, or is this thing here would be more efficient? I don't know. I am still thinking that our custom messages would be more efficient, because the if we are using the network, the override methods right here, and if one of the variables get dirty, if one get marked, that thing is gonna serialize, right? I just need to check if UNet would be smart enough to only serialize that variable. I think it would, but it maybe would be serializing everything and say, oh, this network behavior is dirty, so let me serialize everything. I need to double check that, right? In theory, it should be per variable, because we have the toggle. One of the variables that we would have to serialize is this one here that says in use, right? And that's every time that you open and close the UI in the client. And if you keep toggling that thing, of course, I'm gonna add some sort of a delay. If you keep opening and close really fast, it will not be triggering requests to the server, but now and then it would trigger. So let's say if you open and close every 1 second, then yes, I would say, okay, it's been closed for a while. If someone opens again, let's trigger the request. I just don't want to trigger the request. I just don't want to serialize everything in this network behavior if only the in-use variable is changing, because you're opening and closing the UI. I don't want to have to serialize the items and every other variable in here. So that's one thought. That's one thing, right? So let's keep going here with our implementation of this custom thingamajigger here. Not surgery. He's only 4.5. Yeah, so he's not old. Not surgery. After a week. Yeah, I'm not sure, because 4.5, 4.5 years is not old at all, right? So deserialize would be this, right? Take that away. And put that in here. So that's our deserialized code. And now let's work this out to make this functional. Right, guys? I don't care about the state. I don't care about this. This is, let's change that variable just to delete all that. We don't care about that. And we don't care about this either. We don't care about the state. Interacting player, we don't care about that. We just want to serialize the items. Wherever is the inventory that's getting in here, it's going to get Serialize, baby. That network, send to all, send to client. Nope, nope, nope. Move all that. So let's try to fix this. Looks like you're making pretty good progress in your game. Glad you're still making consistent progress after this starting work. Dude, Mortal, you don't know how hard it is, man. I thought that, well, I didn't thought that would be easier, but I didn't thought that would be this hard. But it is hard, man. But you know, I'm pushing through. You know, I have to do this, because if I don't do it, I have no time to code. This is the only time I have to code, so I need to push through it. The only thing I am trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can get the same type of money that I'm making working like crazy, but I'm trying I will try to do myself, right? So I would be able to work less hours, but it still make the same type of money, if that makes sense. And then I would have way more time to code, right? So that's the master plan, right? That's the master plan. Items. That. Remove that. But yeah. The Yag. Welcome to the stream, Yag. Jeff, your code all seems so complex. I feel there is an easier route. Normally, I think that's an easier route too. But I am doing these ways type of thing. It could be a way easier, right? But I need to do this way because I want to implement things in the game later on the road. That's gonna be, by making this code this way now, would be easier to implement the other things. I don't know if that makes sense, but because literally right now we are just changing the item quantity, right? That's all we are changing. So there is way easier. I could literally just serialize the quantity of the item, the ID of the item, and the type, and we'll be good to go. Because when it gets to the client, I would say load this item with this ID, with this type, and set the quantity to this, and that would be the charcoal, and that would be so it's literally right now 3 variables, and bam, we're good to go. We don't need to serialize the entire item. But in the future, we may have the item would have its own XP, its own level, its own quality, its own health. The item may have customizations. So let's say it's a weapon, and you drop the weapon to your friend. That goes through the network and shows up in your client. So if it's a pistol, but your friend make that pistol really nice with a bunch of customized stuff, custom skins and all that stuff, he dropped that weapon. To begin with, that weapon was a pistol. So I could say, oh, send the ID number 1. But then when your friend picked up that weapon, I would say load the pistol number 1. That will just load the normal pistol, right? So this way right now, I am serializing everything. So anything that I add in the future would go with the item. That's why it's complicated now, and it is complicated for what's doing, but in the future it would support that type of thing. You could drop an item that has a custom skin on it, and when your friend pick it up, we'll pick it up with that skin, right? That's kind of how my game is too. I had to lay foundation for a lot of systems that would be in the game another year maybe. Yeah, that's the thing. If you build your game with like a good base, you're good to go. Because imagine now you want to say, okay, so now the items, they have their own levels. And then you need to go through the code and say, okay, I need to add one more variable here and one more variable. And then you want to add Clay Cree. Welcome to the stream, my man. I'm sorry if they didn't see. Impressive futures. Yeah, man. You know, and then you need to go back to the code, and then 2 years from now, you look that code that you start with, and there's so many additions, so many changes that you say, dude, I don't want to touch this code because if I touch it, I'm gonna break everything, right? And I like to write code that it works like automatically, right? I just want an inventory behavior that I put that component somewhere and that just does it. It makes the network work the way that should be. Everything works nicely. But yeah, I agree with you. After me talking for half an hour, it's way complex than it should be, but that's how we roll these days. Let's just add a new row to the before new. Do it, but I'm willing to trade. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, Mortal, that I serialize everything before I put in a database. If you look, and that is to literally to avoid that. Let me show you one of my databases here. If we go streaming assets, so inventory items, okay? These are items that are okay, that are inside items inside inventories. So the only fields that I have in my database is the ID of the item. This is just used for the database, it's not used by the game whatsoever. I have the owner ID, so I know who owns it. The object owner ID is the ID of the object. So the campfire, the inventory, the loot box. So I know the loot box that's in, I know the player that owns it, I know the type of the item it is, if it's a blueprint, resource, ammo, blueprint, whatever. I know the class type, and I have data, right? In my data, this is the item. This is the item with whatever property it has. So I don't need to add anything at all to this database anymore. I could add a property, I could remove a property, and to me that makes no difference because everything in here is serialized. That's one of the big reasons that I also serialize everything into the database. So it avoids me having in the future say, okay, now my item has, I don't know, ammo quantity. And then I need to go to my database, add that in there. And then I remember to go through all my code, all the SQL, add that in there. And then if I forget in one place, that's gonna break, right? This way, I just write the code once and it's done, right? That's the idea. Remove that there. And are we missing one more thing here? 4. Why is it complaining? What I'm expecting here, list. Let me return null here. Return null. Write once, cry once. Exactly. Like you write once, you go through the pain, the crying, the everything once, but then hopefully you don't need to go back to it. If you are going back to it, you are going to make it better, right? You're not going to fix it. Right now, most of the code, sometimes we go to fix it because it's prototype code. We don't know what we need yet. So we are going back and forward until we figure everything out. But like you said, you write once, go to the pain once, and then you forget about it. And if you need to change the code in the future, you don't feel that you're gonna, you know, that untouchable code and say like, oh, I'm not gonna touch here because otherwise everything's gonna break, right? Like I really don't like that feeling when you have a code that you look at it and say, dude, if I touch this, I'm gonna break everything. That's the type of thing that makes me not sleep at night. Right? Return string.empty. Does that fix? Yeah, that was the issue. We are not returning anything here. So what we want, I feel that way about my code. Dude, I cannot sleep. If I have any piece of code in my game that I look at it and I say, oh, I cannot touch this, otherwise I'm gonna break things, I'm probably gonna delete everything and rewrite. Because I cannot bear that idea. You know. I remember when I was like doing code, and I remember having that. Though I'm not saying like I never did, because I did, but I remember having that type of code, and then you want to add a new feature, you wanted to change something, and you end up not doing because you don't want to touch the code. That's like the worst case scenario, that the code is holding you back to do things. It's just... I'm back again. Photoshop crashed and I lost my project. What were you talking about, Jeff Dev? Oh, just talking about programming in general. Hopefully you saved your project. Oh, you lost your project. Dude, you need to save that stuff. Gonna be fun about a year later when you start refactoring absolutely everything. Exactly. Everything that I write now, I probably look at it 6 months from now and I say, there is a better way to do it. Because now, to me, this is the best way to do it. But maybe 6 months from now, like the Ag said, 6 months, a year from now, I'm gonna have more experience with Unity. Unity is going to change, network stuff is going to change, we're going to have more things available and more experience in general. You would look your code and say, damn son, and I thought that I was rocking when I was writing that code. So watch me now. And then you go, you refactor everything. But this is life, right? You always get better. If that doesn't happen to you, at least my personal experience, if you don't look your code that you wrote maybe like 1-2 years ago and you see nothing wrong with it, it's because you didn't learn anything in those 2 years, right? This is me. I just read through it and remember how it works again. From writing anything I need to. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good, Mortal. That's good. If it's not keeping you to do things, that's good, right? I want to add one more thing to this class here. Public string item. How did I call the class? Class type. Class type. Okay. I was thinking to create a constructor, but not gonna do that right now. And then we do items x equals, not equals, dot item dot get type dot full name. Why am I doing full name? I don't need the namespace on here, but whatevs, dude. I heard this talk given by Northrop F-35 and really emphasized that part. He was like, a good plan now is a lot better than a perfect plan in 20 years. Exactly. Exactly. It's the same thing that I keep telling you guys. Don't be afraid to write your code, and don't be afraid to say like, oh, my code is too ugly, or I don't know what I'm doing, or this type of thing. Like, oh, I'm not gonna ask for help because my code is dumb. Never think that way, because the same thing that Mortal said about airplanes is the same thing with code. I rather have ugly code that works than a really nice code filled off like fluffy stuff that doesn't, like a complex thing that doesn't work. I rather have the ugly one that works than a fluffy one that doesn't, right? Is that intentional? Let me see. Let me see what you're talking about. And I see that I'm having drop frames. Guys, let me know if it's too bad. I don't know. That should be working. I can disable that. But that should be. This maybe? Yeah. I don't know. That should be working, so. Jethro Codes, my man. Welcome to the stream. My code is dumb. Exactly. If you don't show anyone, and dude, like if you have the opportunity, like we have the thing on Discord, we have a bunch of guys in there, really good programmers in there. Don't be afraid, man, because any good programmer, one day they were learning. They didn't started and in 1 week they were writing the code that they're writing today. They started writing the same exact code that you guys that are learning are writing, right? So don't be afraid to post it, because nobody's gonna say like, oh, look that code, look my code, dude. My code it's not nice, but it works mainly, and I don't mind to go 10 times to it. How many times did I you guys know, like since I started this inventory was a week ago, how many times I wrote something, I completely delete everything and I start over because I changed my mind or because it didn't work. That's how you do it, right? And doesn't matter if it's ugly or not. I'm gonna be writing until it works, and then when it works, I say, okay, now I got it working. Do I need to make better, right? And then sometimes, yes, you can make it better here and there, but again, don't go crazy about it if you don't have a problem yet. Don't try to make your code super efficient if you're not having a problem. Only go to your code and make more efficient if that's causing issues, right? Or unless you foresee that you're gonna have an issue with it. But you only will foresee the issue if you have experience, right? Okay, so now we go to our thing here, and this serialization thing, we want to copy this. And let's put in here. This should be private, and this will be the data type. 1 second. See, this code here is already better than the other one, because that one takes in account for multiple inventories. So let me just put this underneath here. So we are serializing the item data list, and this is an array of items. An array of items, and this array is made of this, right? I'm thinking here, guys. Just give me 1 second. More in dev, web dev. I think I missed some chat in there. Have you heard about the tip wars? Huh, is that? I'm a bot. Okay, let me add namespaces here. System IO convert using system. Are we missing anything? Yep, we are. Right there. Game dev. I don't know if I say hello, but if I didn't, I'm saying, and if I said already, hello again. Do you have a data model? How are things arranged in your database? Now, they are separate by models. And we call models in web development. So you have a user, and then you have the user's database, and you have the user model. The user model is what makes the link between your application and your data of your users in the databases, right? So now I'm kind of using that concept in my game. So I have the inventory items, and I would have a model that makes the bridge between Unity and MySQL to that. And then I would have building blocks. So I have the building blocks database, the building block model bridges with Unity. In the future though, but now I just have the models and I create the models myself. In the future, I want to make a factory, and the factory would create the models automatically and would inject the things automatically to it. So when I need the user's model, I would ask for the factory and say, hey, give me a user's model. The factory would know how to give me that link that goes between database and Unity. So having the factory, I could literally say for the building blocks, I want to use MySQL. For the inventory items, I want to use SQLite. For my users, I want to use Mongo. So I could have different types of database for different types of data in the game. And that could be done now if I wanted to, but I'm kind of going this way because I want to implement factories in the future. So I would say I need a building block model. I ask the factory, and the factory give me the interface for that, right? And then an interface is passed back, and then I can say get item, remove item, update item, and then that model would know how to, let's say if I'm talking with MongoDB, that interface will know how to handle saving MongoDB, writing. That's kind of like the general idea. I don't know if that answer your question. You can kind of take a look on it. If you look where's my GitHub? Why my GitHub's gone? GitHub. Am I getting that blank screen? Who was getting that blank screen from what? Where what? Why GitHub is blank? Maybe I need to reopen this tab. There we go. Let me put that in the beginning again, and then let's do Jeff Dev. There we go. If you go to the item system right here, you'll be able to take a look in the how it's implemented. Game of life. your kidney. Yeah, game dev. I don't know if I answer your question, but this is kind of like how I'm doing. I need to think here, guys. Do I want to? No, we don't want to do that. Let's remove this. We don't want to do that now. Let's make it work with one inventory, and then we make more complex, right? Then we make multi-inventory. No matter how many inventories you're sending over, we're gonna serialize those guys. So let's keep using this simple one right here. We're gonna serialize that. Encode item. That's gonna be an array. Can we do that? Yes, we can. So these are the items. These are the items in the inventory. We are serializing all of them, making an array of items. And we're gonna return, we're gonna say encode item, and we're gonna pass the items. Oh yeah. Bam, and we're gonna return this. Does that make sense to you guys? So we pass the inventory in, we get a count of total items in that inventory. We create a data type, right? We create a data type of that, and then we go for a for loop here. We get the item. If the item is not null, would be crazy if we had a null item in our inventory. But let me lower my AC here. We check for if the item is not null. We check if we have the interface for it, and we should. And then right here, here's where the magic happens, literally. We serialize that and we add. So every item would be a blob of string. And then we encode, and then we return that. Okay? And when we are deserializing, so now this is when we are going to read this string right here, right? And this will take a string, as how I see it work, it is going to take a string of encoded items. It's not encoded because it's just serialized, right? So let's call it that. Oops, let's call serialized because it's not encoded. Serialize items. Okay. Now let's start crying here in this code. Comment that. Okay, what we want. We don't care about that. Nope. Serialize items length. Okay, we need to decode here first. We deserialize first because we need the length, and the length would be this array here, dot length, right? So we're gonna deserialize that. Where we end our for. There. Bam. And we need to return. That's why it's mad with us, because we need to return null for now. And let me select that. Fix that code. Okay, and now we have this string right here, and we're gonna receive that in there. So now we're gonna call it, we need to, this would be an array right here. Let me do that. I don't want a generic. Have no reason to have that as a generic. And there, I cannot do it. Why is it telling me that? Let me go back to my network inventory here. Okay, so it needs to be an object containing that list. Okay. So data type. Let's create this. And that's gonna even be better for us. Data type. Let me rename this class to this. We grab that and do that. Do that. Deserialize the stream. 1 second, guys. From phones today, iOS. You guys are going completely on your own. Photoshop 4. I use GIMP. Well, I use GIMP just to cut images, remove backgrounds, and that type of thing. I have no idea how to use it though. Every time I need to use GIMP, I need to search the internet for half an hour just to figure out how to do it. Instead of paying 10 to 20, one time 50 payment. It makes sense. Private. Let me do this new. Why is it the code item? That's the problem. Type object? What? Binary formatter. It's party on chat. How to save my work. Let me finish. Why am I getting that error now? Oh, there we go. One second, guys. That same code was working yesterday, so why you're complaining now? What? If I make it generic, it doesn't complain about it? I need to see it with my own eyes. Do I need to softcast? I need the softcast. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Encode new items list. So my first thought that was conflicting with the other class, but we know that that would not help at all. But we try, you know, we always try. Anyways. Okay. Let's fix everything that's broken here. So think digital got Photoshop out saved. Okay, we are good so far here, guys. What's the error here? Where is that red? Can you guys see this red right here? It's telling me that an error, but where is it? Okay, let me fix whatever I see here. So we went through all that because we need to call this here. So we need to call this. Okay. Luke, the Duke. Thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate it. This is what we want to do. Bam. Items list maybe equals serialized items. If items list is not null, and oops. Did you guys saw that? If items list is not null, and I was going to do that, and I think I'm just writing in English right now, and items list. Oh, now it doesn't give me the completion. Dang, why I cannot do that? Items list dot count the length list. Oh boy. Items list dot items dot length is greater than 0. So we need one more and here. And items dot items. And what? What did I do? Oh. Noob, guys. There we go. Anyone here know Unity shader language? I don't, man. I watched some videos about it, but I don't. I gotta run college now, boys. Yug. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. What's telling me here? Okay, so if we have items, that's already a nasty way to check it. But if we have, we go, so would be this dot length, and now we're gonna use our, how we call it, our class here, item data type. I may need to change that class names. Item data type, that will be this instead of the message. Items X dot serialized data, right? Wait. Look the Duke. That knows shader. Hardly difficult. Yeah, hardly difficult. I think he probably knows. The only one that would say Mystic knows, but I don't know, Mystic. Are you still there? Do you know how to write the shaders from scratch? But yeah, hardly difficult. He knows do shaders. Yeah, I don't know, man. I never worked. Yeah, so there we go. Mystic Cities. He knows how to do shaders, guys. That's the guy you're looking for. In Unity? Yeah, I would assume that's in Unity. Hidden data type. So items list dot items X. There we go. I think I may have fixed my own issue. Darton Cities. Dude, I don't know if I say hello. I don't think I said hello to you, but welcome, man. There's a lot about Adam demo. Dude, that's a good one. Download the Adam. They have a bunch of nice stuff in that project. That's a good one. And Adam is using the new bling bling stuff in Unity. There we go. Is this one, I would say, right? So this is the character pack. So there is this one. Do they have one with a scene? They should have one with a scene. Maybe in the related Adam demo packs. There we go, guys. Let me make a short link for you. You're probably gonna find good stuff in that one. Copy. There we go. They use their own shaders. I was mentioning it. Yeah. I'd rather use a capsule. Oh boy. Encode items. This would be a list of what? Our items would be a list of this. So here we need to change. And encode Wait a second. Nope. Let's go back here. Go back, guys. Here we need item data list. So let's do data list is equal a new data list, and then we do dot items. Okay. We're gonna do that. Bam. Because otherwise our serialization here would go bye-bye. Would break. Okay, that's what we want. Now we are serializing the good stuff. Okay. Done with that. Are we done with this? Let's do that. So we have an empty list to begin with, and we return after everything. We return the items. The items. What a name, right? So if nothing happens, we return empty, right? And if something happens, we're gonna add items to it. So if we serialize that correctly, right? Now there's this error here is bothering me. So let me save this, and I'm gonna go to Unity, and Unity is gonna tell me where we have the issue. Manipulate the vertex data. If you have any questions, PM me. This welcome to the stream, my man. Unreal greater than Unity. There we go. Welcome to the stream, man. Data type. Oh, it's because we change. We need to move that data outside of here. Item data type. There we go. Item data type. And stop being lazy. So this is item. Item. Good. Are you happy now? Wait. Item. Dude, looks like I'm using this everywhere. I have a couple of items. Message, serialize items. Go to definition. Oh, we need to fix that. Okay. Because we broke that. Let's try to fix these things first. Right? Did I save that? No, I did not. It's never going to compile. Yeah. There you go. This is a link that Jacob sent over, guys. Where is it, Jacob? Where is it? Oh, dude. I don't understand a thing in here. I know that these are properties for a texture, right? Those are properties, and then you're setting a default color in there. And then you have like a float here, I would say. Or integer. Properties. Subshader. Then you have a struct. I am trying to make sense of it. I have no idea what this does. Oh, this would be for... Man, another thing, like, why you guys short everything? Like, why? Oh, it's probably output. V, it's probably... I have no idea. Why it's V for? Vector? Vector.vertex? No. I have no idea. This is like gibberish to me. Scene codes, those make sense. And then you pass I. Like, what's I? Input? Is I input? Foam color. Well, I know that you're working with a river or an ocean. That's how far I can guess in there. Not so great. Man, that's completely fine, Jacob. You probably know more than I do about that, because to me that's just gibberish, right? I am back. Welcome back, Master. I don't know. That's just everybody does it. Let me see here. Okay, let me start trying to fix this instead of just fixing the network inventory manager, because now we change how things are. Serialized items would be... Serialized items now are item data list. Item data list. And items should be items data list. Data list. This should be item data list. Is that right? No, that's not right. New item data list, and then we want to say data list dot items is equal to that total items. There we go. That, and right here we're gonna say data list dot there, and items, these will be data list. Data list array. That's to account for multiple inventories. So that will be I. That will be I data list. Okay. So every inventory. So let's close here. So right here we are going through multiple inventories. And then if we have more than one, we are gonna serialize them in order here inside this data list. Okay, so I kind of obligated myself to add the multiple inventory already. In most cases with Unity, I used Unreal for a while and just wasn't for me. Yeah. Yeah, one thing for sure, the shaders that comes out of the box, that comes from Unreal out of the box, they are just insane good, right? You don't need to do anything related with shaders. But that's the thing, everything else you need to do it. In Unity, you don't have the shaders. You need to write it yourself, right? That's the biggest thing. But in the other side, I personally, like Mystic said, I am more productive with Unity than I am with Unreal. So to me, I rather get more stuff done in less time, and then later I work in the shaders, right? Because I can get the same visual. I just need to write really good shaders and have 3D models and that type of thing. But again, like the guy said, it depends on your preference. Both engines are good, right? And I think another thing that Unity tries to do is that if you download Unity, you can literally start making a game in pretty much any PC. You're gonna be able to run a game. I mean, in terms of hardware. Unreal, you actually, just to run the editor, just to run Unreal, you need to have a really good computer. And most of the games that come out from Unreal, you need to have a good hardware to run them because you have good shaders, right? And the shaders, they need that machine power. So that's one, right? Marketing art in Unity. I am productive in Maya and Photoshop. Important to Unity. But I think most of big studios, they do that, Mortal. The art is being done in a completely different software than the engine itself. That's for everything. That's for texturing, that's for 3D modeling, that's for animation, that's for sound effects. Everything is done outside of engine. They have their own stack of software they use to do it, right? And then after it's imported. to the engine. I don't know if you guys know, please let me know, but I don't know any big studio that actually does any of those assets inside the engine. Making art in Unity. Oh boy. So I don't have that data class type. Items. And then I need some sort of index here. Dot. Okay. So this first one will be I. This one would be I. That's the inventory that we are going through here. Right? Inventory I, and then the X for how many items. And deserialize serialized data. dtype.items X. There we go. Serialized data. Okay, so that's one. And here we have the same thing. This is gonna be item data list. And this is not gonna be X, this is gonna be I. And data type dot items. And this is gonna be X. See guys, it's not that hard. Dot items X, because we have multiple inventories now. Okay. Use the var x new blah blah, easier to refactor code. And Bezor, welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I know, and even KDO really likes to use var. The only reason that I don't like to use var is not that I don't like. I got used to write this way because I could do var here as well, right? The only reason it's because when I read my code, I know what the var is without having to hover over it. Right? That's the only reason I don't use var, because I know that's the same thing. The compiler and everything, it does it for you automatically. Behind the scenes would change the vars to the class name, but it's just for the when I'm reading the code, I like to see what it is, right? I like to see that this is the item data list, because if I put var in there, say, so what is that again? And then I need to hover it, right? That's the only reason I like to see it. But yeah, I get your point. I agree. It would make easier. Okay. Am I missing something else here that I didn't save? Commander Zerg, welcome to the stream, my friend. Guys, I'm going nuts. We're trying to understand delegates. Can anyone just give me a short explanation, please? By the way, guys, if you guys are new here, and if you guys want to join the Discord, we have really good programmers in there. Any questions you guys have, if you wanna post in there. I don't know if I can really explain the delegates. I use the delegates for the events, right? But a delegate is some sort of event. It's kind of, how can I explain delegates in a way that makes sense? Any of you guys have any idea how to explain delegates? Data type, serialized items. This will be item. Because one way, well, there's a lot of videos though explaining, and probably would do a way better job than I trying to explain to you with my broken English. One thing that you could look at if you're interested, I have the my inventory system here, my events. Which one would be? Not that one. So yeah, but yeah, this is even worse to if you're learning, because this is crazy. Yeah, but there is guys, do you guys know like a good tutorial maybe on YouTube that would explain that? Black Crow, thanks for the follow, bro. Our way to pass a function as a parameter. Receives the parameter to call the function. It delegates references. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe I am the type of person that I need to see it to understand, because I understand what game dev is saying, but I am thinking from a perspective of someone that doesn't know delegates, right? That would say, what are you talking about? Method as reference. Oh, but why you wouldn't just call the method with the script in a variable? Because that maybe is Lifkif. Thanks for the follow, man. Imagine that you have two objects in your game, right? The objects in your game, they have no access to each other. Like, yes, if you have access to the class, just call the method, right? But imagine that you're sending an event, and you're just sending an event through your game, and some objects that listen for that event, they are not connected to each other. They don't know of the existence of the other item. They are just listening for an event. So imagine like the campfires is a good example, right? I have a campfire, and the campfire has the inventory. So when I add an item, when event is fired and say add an item, event fired, I don't know the campfires that are in the game, and the campfires don't know about any item, but they are listening for that event, right? And then I could send that event with a delegate on it and say, if you're listening for this event, I want you to receive this and run this method. And then the item could actually run that, if that makes any sense. Like you would use that for things that they don't need to know about each other in some way, right? Maybe that makes more sense, but maybe that explains it. Item type. Serialized items. So serialized items would be item data list. Frame drop alert. Did we drop some frames? Sorry guys, I was dropping a lot of frames earlier today, so I'm sorry if I'm still dropping it. Yeah, and the callback, if you go to JavaScript, that's pretty much, you need to understand callbacks to do anything in JavaScript. Or if you're working with Node.js and that type of thing, pretty much is callbacks all over the place. And they even call it callbacks nightmare, right? So then we do serialize items dot items is equal to new that items items there. Wait a second. Now it's fine. Because the multiple inventory is thing, okay. So let's do 1 here. And then 0. And then we need to add 0 here. Because looks like here we just are dealing with 1 inventory. 0, 0, and 0. Okay, it's Stack Overflow, but your wonderful thoughts are helping. Thank you. Yeah, Commander, man, if you need anything, man, if I can help you, I'm gonna try to, but sometimes I can. I cannot. Sometimes I can. But yeah, I'm a help that everybody can help. Let's try this. And I don't know if I posted, but there we go, guys, if you have any more questions. Okay, we are back to sanity. So let's check if the game is not completely broken. Let's compile this one as well. Okay. Let me see if I did everything right. Oh boy. And we got an exception. Of course we did. Of course we got an exception. And why is that? No reference. What? What is new here? While in the mood for it. Oh damn, that looks amazing though. What you got so far. Commander, thanks man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm working in this game for 2 years. It's going to be almost 2 years now. But yeah, we are just having an issue. I forgot that most of you guys didn't see the game. So we have weapons, we have pretty much everything that you have in the survival thingamajigger, right? So you have doors, you have door locks, you have building system, we have the inventory, and this is the crafting system. So let me do a square foundation, and I don't have wood with me. Well, let's fix that. Inventory, resource, wood, add item. Now we can craft that. Just for testing, everything in the game now you can craft with 1 wood, right? But so click craft, that goes to the queue, and then that should go in here. And Lumpy Touch, thanks for the host, man. I really do appreciate. Thanks for the host, man. And everybody coming from Lumpy, welcome guys. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, thanks for the host, man, if you're here. Ethan, welcome to the stream, man. Lumpy, if you're here, man, thank you so much. And we can place this somewhere, right? Lumpy, there you are. Thanks for the host, bro. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much, man. It's awesome. Huge host, man. Thank you so much. Everybody, welcome. It's looking good. Yeah, so we can build stuff, right? So far. And if I log in with this player here, we should see already the new foundation that we just placed in there. So let's log in with this guy, connect to that server. Takes base. Game is hard. Yeah. So if we go towards that player, we can actually see the player, right? In there, we can give him some stuff. And I should have a drop here. So we can grab the charcoal. We can kill each other. Pretty much the basic survival thing is working here. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the network inventories more efficient, and all starts with this campfire here, because the campfire is one of the inventories that actually it receives items from 2 places. One, it receives item from the server, and actually when the player opens, and this one uses the same thing. That's why both are failing, because the inventory should show here. So the server can add items and the players can add items to it. An example of it would be if the campfire is burning, the charcoal is being added by the server. So the server does the burning, right? And the client just gets the update about the items that are being added. But the player also can add items. So we are working on that part right now to make it more efficient, and it wasn't working the way that we wanted. So Ethan, so what you up to? Yeah, so we are working on that network inventory right now, and I just refactored a bunch of code, and now we are getting an exception. I'm trying to get past of that exception, and then we can keep going. Carnal Panic, welcome to the stream, my man. Sounds really cool. Yeah, man. It sounds cool, but it's painful. It's painful. Why am I getting... Let me do a debug log here. Debug.log. Let me do test, and then let's do... By the way, are you guys Destiny players? And if you guys are Destiny players, did you bought Destiny already, or are you waiting for the coming for PC, because I am just waiting for it to come for PC, man. I'm gonna be playing so much Destiny that's not gonna even be fun. That's how much I'm gonna be playing. So let's see if we get those debugs. And by the way, if you guys want to join the Discord, there's the Discord, guys, if you guys use that type of thing. I only come here for Destiny music. I recommend StarCraft Remastered. Yeah, man. Destiny 2 is getting slammed on YouTube for being too easy. Doesn't run Destiny? My toaster. BT Evo? Welcome to the stream, bro. Yeah, I don't know, but they probably gonna balance it out, right? They're trying to balance it out, because now it's difficult. They have the console that the controllers are different than the PC, right? So Lotus, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream. So there is that. They probably will balance, but yeah, I saw a bunch of people complaining about it. That's for sure. Let me add our filter here. Test. And which one is that one? So this one, what? It should not be null though. Let's do one here. Am I being a noob right now? Let's do 1. And let's do 2. I played so much Escapist 2. I played so much Unity 1. Unity. I do play Unity as well. All day of my life I play Unity. I recommend you guys to play Unity. Let's play Unity. Good God. I must be getting tired. I played so much Destiny 1, dude, when it came out. Let's play Unity. I'm gonna make a channel on YouTube. Let's play Unity. Okay, let's add our filter here. Test. And still... What? Commander! Welcome to the stream, bro. Can you play that, please? Luke, if you want to send the link, you can send to any mod and they will copy and paste in the chat, or you can whisper to me. I would copy and paste in the chat if you don't mind doing that. If you want to send the link over, man. Oh man, if you want to know about a game that's really nostalgic to me, then we would go to what's that game? Dude, I played when I was super young. And they just remastered now, full. I think that game. Yep. Watch this, guys. Watch this. I'm gonna have to. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna even pause the music here. Let me do play. What? 1 second, 1 second. Don't watch the video. Don't watch the video, close your eyes. I'm gonna take it until I put the sound on it, so you guys don't see it. Man, this game is just the best thing ever invented. Why Mozilla, it creates so many windows that I have no idea which one is playing the... Dude. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna find it eventually. I have so in my mixer here.
The feeling something's coming our way.
There we go.
Something big.
Man, this is the best thing ever invented. Watch this.
I'm on the road. I'm indestructible. No one can stop me. But they try.
That's just awesome.
You know, Ben, we're broke.
Yeah?
And if some cash doesn't come our way soon, we're in big trouble.
Relax. I have a feeling something's coming our way. Something big.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, take it easy, Father.
Give him hell, Polecat.
Dude, I played so much of this thing, you guys have no idea. And I played this, I think my computer was like a 486 DX66. That was the processor in that time. So 486 DX66. Where is it? Images. There we go. That was the processor, dude. Oh yeah. And pretty much my computer looked like that. Right? It looked like that thing. Look at those floppy disks, man. Oh boy. And this one, he even has a CD-ROM. This is killing it. And the this, we didn't even had fans in the CPU. Like, you could do it just with a metal thing. You don't even had the fan. And then these ones here, this is probably like the high-end, you know, the mods, like the custom. Let's add a fan to it. Oh yeah. Now we need to have water cool and a bunch of stuff, dude. This is probably like in the inside of my computers. In these cases, they were heavy. Dude, they were so heavy. But yeah, and I played that game so much in this thing. You have no idea, dude. Let me go back to the code here. I had one of them. I'm old. Dude, we probably... Colonel, we probably are the same age, dude. I am 38. You probably... If I had to guess your age, you were like 29, 30. I would guess it by the looks. It's like a racing game or a twist metal. 39, you 39? So we are pretty much same age, dude. It's an adventure game, yeah. Bushprogs, welcome to the stream, man. That game is awesome because you have options, right? So that door that he just kicked, when you right click with the mouse, you get a menu. And then you had the hand, if you want to knock the door, if you want to kick the door. And then you have a skull in the top that you can choose if you want to talk, see it, or look at it. that type of thing. So you go through the options, and everywhere you need to interact with, you would have to use the right thing. And sometimes you would knock the door, nothing would happen. You would kick the door, nothing would happen. But maybe you need a lock or something. You need to have a lock with you, and then, or a key or something, and that would open the door if you have it's something like that. You just go playing it, going through it. Monkey Island? Which one is that one? Monk Island. I don't remember this one. Do I? I don't remember this one. But I do remember the first game I ever played in a computer. That was Cat Alley? I don't know even. Yeah. This one. Cat Alley with 2 L's. This was the first ever game that I played in a computer. And my computer had 2 colors. Green and black. Was like a monochromatic monitor. Was like 2 colors, right? Just green and black. This was the first game I played, and when I played it, I said, dude, what's happening? That was the best graphics that I ever saw in my entire life. And that's no kidding. That was the first graphics I ever saw it. And to me, as a little kid, I was just looking at it and say, dude, what just happened? Right? This was the first game I ever see my entire life on a computer. Besides a green screen. I don't know, any of you guys played that game? Alley Cat? I grew up with those games. Yeah, man, me too. You're going to love Monkey Island, the first and second game. I'm gonna try to take a look it up on Steam. Do they have them there? Let's go to Steam. So let me give you guys the link for this one in case you guys want to take a look. Which one that you said? Monk Island. Is this one right here? I would take it. A special edition. Do they have... Does this one is the original one, but this is probably remastered, right? I would imagine it's not the original one. It's the same thing like the Full Throttle one. Is a remastered version of it. They remastered it. The DOSBox version. DOSBox? Nope. Bundle. I'm gonna have to look through it. See if I can find it. It's out there. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Put goes to the parade. It's a download. I will hook you up, Jeff. Yeah, I imagine that you're... When you said that it's out there, I got it. Not remaster. Okay. Added your Discord. Yeah, man. Do it. Okay, let me go back here to the code. Dude, we could... Man, I wish that all of you guys would go to TwitchCon. So we could, if you guys are old enough, we could have a beer together and talk about stuff. Oh man. That would be awesome. Or you guys should buy a house next to my house. Right? Everybody just buy a house next to my house. and be done with it, right? Imagine the weekend's barbecue. The weekend's barbecue, my friend, is just like LAN party. Go to GDC next year? I can try. 34 years old here. Progs, yeah. So me and you, Colonel Panic, Dr. Argus, I think we are pretty much in the same age. Dwayne, don't wear your house. Oceanside, California. Right here. Maps. Google Maps. Let's go for it. Oceanside, California. Where is it? Why is it not showing me? Oh, it's showing me right here. So yeah, there you go. That's me right there. Dude, imagine. Dr. Argus is not 34. No, I think Dr. Argus is it's older. A little bit older though. Does anyone remember the game? You have to save the kid that's falling from a burning building. I don't. I'm 13 years younger. Oh, but it's still. Good fellas. Welcome, my man. Man, we need to figure it out one day to go to like a GDC together or TwitchCon or wherever, dude. We should. I know that I am just going to TwitchCon because it's 1 hour drive from my house. So literally, I am Australia, Syrian. Yeah, dude, you're far away. I'm just going for TwitchCon because I don't need to pay hotels. I don't need to pay flying tickets, right? It's just, I am thinking, go there, drive there in the morning, stay the day, maybe eat something, and then nighttime, drive back home, sleep at home, take a shower, wherever, wake up in the morning, drive back again. So I'm just gonna be spending gasoline. It's 1 hour drive, so it's gonna be super affordable. Danimators. Are you primarily C or C sharp? I am primarily C sharp, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I do C++, but the C++ that I do is for these guys right here. I write custom firmwares. If my camera focus. See, there is a little microcontroller inside that. So I write firmwares for those things. I use C++ for that. I don't use, I tried Unreal for a while. I work with Unreal, but it's completely different. They have all those, how do they call it? The tags that they put on top of the strings to make that available in a blueprint. How you call that? It's not tags. It's something, but it's a completely different C++, right? The C++ that I write with these guys, you really need to be aware of your memory, the U headers, yeah, that type of thing, and it's completely different, right? Even strings here, you don't want it to create a string this big inside a little chip like that. Just a string like that, you're gonna take 20% of your memory just to create a string. So it's like the code is just insane. It's completely different. You were like looking for little bits and pieces of the memory to make things work. I mean custom firmware because I can do this. Alexa, turn off the office light.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on the office light.
Okay.
So yeah, so I know that you can buy the Philips Hues and that type of thing. You just turned my office. Not even kidding. So you have those as well. But the thing is, the Philips, you're gonna pay like $30–40 for that lamp. I buy these little guys for $5 from China, and I write my own firmware. I put in there. I hook it up to the I cannot say her name, otherwise she's gonna do something. I hook it up to her, and then she controls my lights. Everything in the house is using those things, and I write my firmware for it. Yeah, that's how I do it. If you guys are interested, Kernel Panic, if you do that type of thing, man, I can send you my firmware code. I have everything in here. Any of you guys, if you guys are interested, let me know. I send you the code. Supreme control. Yeah, you have C++ is really good. If you need control over the hardware, that's what you go for. C++ is really good for that, but C++ is not forgiven. C++ is not a forgiven language. C++, it assumes that you know what you're doing, right? Anything that you tell C++ to do, he's gonna do it. I say, like, I assume that you know what you're doing. If you're telling me to go to this address of memory, grab what's in there, and assign to this object, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It doesn't care if that memory address is actually your object or not. And it's different with C#. C# kind of forgives you and say, hey, that's not what you want to do. That's not correct. That address of memory doesn't have what you want. Or another thing is the memory management. You need to clean yourself. You need to clean your variables from the memory. If you don't clean yourself with C++, you're gonna have memory leaks, right? So C++ gives you a lot of control of the hardware, but assumes that you know what you're doing, so it doesn't forgive you. If you ask for something, he's going to do it. If you pass a pointer, if you pass a reference, he's going to pass it, right? And then you're going to have a kernel panic if it doesn't work. And C#, it's more friendly language. It helps you with that, right? It's easy to crash C++, yeah, not as forgiven, yeah. And C#, you can it kind of helps you, you know. And if you want to do things that you do with C#, that you do with C++ in C#, you can. C# unsafe code. And Grump and Tug, dude, thanks for the host, bro. I really do appreciate everybody coming from Grump. Welcome to the stream, guys. Grump, I don't know if you're there, man. If you are, thank you so much, dude. There you go, guys. You can pretty much do everything that you do in C++ with C# using unsafe. I don't know why they use that word, because this is an ugly word. I don't want to have that in my code, but yeah, you can do pretty much. But yeah, Grump and Tug, dude, if you're there, thank you so much for the host, man. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And everybody coming from Grump, welcome, guys. We are pretty much just talking about C++ and C# right now. And I'm trying to finish this thing here because I'm getting an exception here. Nothing about hardware. Yeah, if you're gonna learn C++, the better programmer you are with C++, the better you're gonna know the hardware, right? How the processor works, how the threading works, how your stack works, how the memory works. The more you know that, the better programmer you are with C++. You don't really need to know all that, but that makes your life way easier, at least in my personal opinion, right? So let me remember here what was happening. I am applying for Q&A positions for game devs, junior developers. Yeah, I even applied for that's one of my things, man. I applied for game developer, and they would say, because pretty much my entire adult life that I was programmer, I was doing programming for a web, and then I would apply for for a programming position, and they'll say, oh, you're good and everything, but you don't have the experience. And then I would apply for Q&A, and then they would say, oh, you're overqualified. And they would say, dude, so what can I do? Can I cut your grass around this area or something? Because I cannot work in the Q&A because I am overqualified. I cannot work as a programmer because I don't have experience. So what can I do? Can I answer the phone or something? So it's I'm just gonna make my own game. That's what I'm gonna do. Cut your grass. Yeah, dude. Can I watch some cars? Can I cut grass around the area? Like, what do you want me to do then? Just tell me, I do it. But no. So I think the issue was we are still having the exception here, right? Yeah. There, okay. Did you take internship? You're talking to me, Danimators? No, that's one of the things that I was thinking when I was in college, and I was even thinking to go back to college and try to do an internship. I was even thinking that. Now I just don't have time for it, right? To go back to school, but I actually did 2 years of computer science, but I ended up dropping. That's not... Peoples of the planet, Bithro Gaming. What's up, my man? Welcome to the stream. Why is this... I don't understand why this is giving me an exception. Serialized items 1, 0, items equal to new. Am I being noob right now? Probably I am. Brain blocks. My favorite part now. Let's talk about a language that doesn't stink. My internet went out. Dude. Today, before I start the stream, well, when I started, the animators, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, man. By the way, if you guys are new here, and if you guys are learning Unity, or if you guys know a lot of Unity or C++ or C#, Java, JavaScript, and if you guys want to join our Discord, join in there. The Discord is just so we can help each other. So if you guys have questions about the languages and stuff, ask there. Someone may be able to help you, right? And we have like artists in there, like Mystic Cities. He's a really good artist. So yeah, that's the idea of the Discord, guys. If you like to join. That's what we are doing there. Playcraft, dude. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna try that. Probably I'm gonna get the exception again. Yeah, now I'm gonna try this. 1 second, guys. Go to definition. Public. Data list. move this up and let's do items equals a new data type empty. Now let's go back to here. I am a decade younger than Jeff. I did a career change to game dev. Yeah, that's what I did, Commander. I was full stack backend developer for years and years, and I got tired of web development. And I always want to build a game anyways. So I say, you know what? I'm just gonna do what's gonna make me happy, no matter what. Of course, that now I have other jobs to make the money, and I'm making my game. But hopefully, one day I'm gonna be able to finish, and hopefully, someone would like to play it, right? And if I can make money enough to pay my rent and put food in my belly, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Learning C sharp and see what I can do. Yeah, man. Do it. Do it now. But start now and do it and keep learning. Because if you don't stop, if you start today and you don't stop, next year, this same day, you can say, I have a year of experience. Otherwise, next year, you would be sitting in your computer and gonna say, damn, if that day, if I had kept working on Unity, I would have a year experience. So if you start today, start it, but don't stop. Keep pushing yourself. A year from now, and that goes quick, dude. That is quick. A year from now, you can say, dude, I have a year experience, and you're gonna be doing way more things. Why do you see in the future with regards to C sharp? I don't really think as much the language, right? I know that they are always working, but I really, really like what they are doing related with multi-threading code. I really like that type of stuff that they are adding and making our life easier. You have now the I don't remember the dictionaries that they are thread safe. It's not the dictionaries. For the 7.0, they have a lot of new stuff, and I really, really like that. Because now in the future, even now, not in the future, we already have multi-core processors. Nobody's actually using them. Well, nobody. Majority of people don't use multi-threading. They don't fully use the processor yet, right? So I think that's how I see it. And I hope that C sharp goes towards that. Why am I getting that? And and Unity, if you guys didn't see it, let me see if I can find for you guys here. YouTube, Unity3D job. How do they call job system? There we go. Guys, watch this video right here. This is, if you like multi-threading stuff and if you want to learn that type of thing, watch this. That video is awesome. The things that they are doing. And I really like where Unity is going with that. Learning C sharp at the same time is hard to give me time for homework. Yeah, man, you need to push yourself. Even if you do for, I don't know, an hour, 30 minutes, right? But just do it. 40 viewers, dude. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. Appreciate it. Just getting better from making that inventory game. Yeah, but that's how you started, Commander. That's how you started, man. You need to get your feet wet, right? And then after you start saying, okay, now I see how I can go about this thing. length. I saw that, especially the Cine Machine for artists, myself and others. Yeah, top of the game development, dude. Guys, thanks for watching the stream, man. I really do appreciate it. Thanks everybody. Speaking of text adventures, I worked on a mud base many years ago. Yeah, I did college for 2 years. I really liked it, right? But I don't know. The problem, I guess, if you guys are young, you should go to college and finish, because if you're expecting to go to college when you're older, it just gets more difficult when you're old, because you have more responsibilities. You have rent to pay, you have a family that you need to provide for, you need to work, and then you're thinking to go and finish college, and then you have the hobbies that you do, right? So it's way difficult than when you're young. So if you guys have opportunity to go to school, go to school, right? What? Now I'm getting an exception. Someone else. Client send? What was that? Message? What? LPC Muds Online? What are women? If you wonder. You want to go? Oh, wait to go to school or do not. You study on your one. Yeah, I am self-taught. Let me increase my AC here. That's getting hot. I'm self-taught. So I started learning. My first computer I got when I was like 12 or 14. I think I was 12. I didn't even had operational system, because like I was in Brazil in the middle of nowhere, and I built my computer myself. I didn't bought my computer, so I was getting parts here and there, and I put the computer together. When I got all the parts, I didn't have the operational system to install it. I didn't have money to put Windows on it, because we had DOS and we had Windows 3.11 at that time, but I didn't have time for I didn't have money for it. Well, I didn't have time for it. So I went to this bookstore, and they had this magazine with Linux on it. I don't remember if it was a flop disk or if it was a CD. So I bought that magazine. It took me the entire day to install Linux in my machine. I got to install it, and after that point I started looking the source code, because some of the packages that came in with Linux, they were open source, and I had the source code for it. So I literally started learning C, reading source code from Linux. And then the second language that I learned was bash scripting. So I start that. Then after I learned PHP, HTML, that type of HTML is not a language, but I learned PHP, and I pretty much learned every other language. But now the language that I use, that I know the most, are JavaScript, C# and PHP. But I pretty much worked with all the other languages at some very basic stuff. But yeah, and then when I start college, so that was my point. So I was self-taught. When I start college, was really good to me because I was learning the definition of things, like black box testing, white box testing. I had no idea when they say, "Oh, do you know what black box testing is?" I said, "No, I don't know." But then when they explained to me what it was and say, "Oh yeah, I know what it is," right? So it's really good for definitions and that type of thing, and even better because English is not my first language, so that was really helpful. Yeah, hyper text markup language. Yeah. I don't know. Is HTML considered a language? I know that in the name says language, but it's kind of weird because you don't have if statements. You don't have flow control or control of flow. So I don't know if it is a language if you don't have that type of thing, like for each loops, if, else, that type of thing. At programming, no man, I am far from that. Far from. One thing that I'm gonna tell you that was really hard when I was learning, because I speak Portuguese, right? So when I was learning, when I was young, string to me, it didn't meant anything. Like public, I had no idea. Void, I had no idea what that meant. So I had to memorize all these words. I didn't know really what they meant to be, right? But I was just memorizing things and knowing that, oh, I had to put that word in there if I want to access this thing and I want to make private. And this is an example because when I was learning the languages, they didn't even had the idea of encapsulation. So we didn't had public and private. That's something that started like with the programmers back in the day. We started adding that ourselves because the language didn't had. So normally when you wanted a variable to be private, you would put an underscore underneath it. So when you were accessing that variable from another place, and if that variable had an underline, you would say, oh, I should not touch it because that should be private. So that's how it started. And sometimes you see you see people coding and they put an underline on private variables. And that's something that I still use today. You can see that private here, I have underline. All my variables that are private, they have the underline. And because of that, in that time, the languages, they didn't have encapsulation. And we got the private word and public word way down the road. But I still use it. I guess it's hard to teach new tricks for old dogs, you know. I started using Unity 2 days ago. Watched tutorial and have the same issues. I don't really know what public and void are used for. Mazani, welcome to the stream, man. I don't know if you got the Discord link, but if you're learning, man, if you have any questions about programming or Unity, ask in our Discord, man. We're gonna try to help you out there. Is Stay Owner 4? I have no idea what you wrote in there, man, but welcome to the stream. Hopefully it's not a bad word, but welcome to the stream, man. I don't understand what that means. Yeah. School programming classes, skating class. And yeah, dude. If you start, don't stop. Like push yourself to do it, because like I said, a year goes fast, and a year of learning programming, it's a lot. With a year of experience, you can build like nice games. Right? Thanks for the Discord. Yeah, man, no problem. Go there and ask, dude. We don't understand when you're young. Yeah. Let me see your link. And I am been talking all night long, man. It's almost time for me to sleep. I need to work tomorrow really early. Yeah, there we go, guys. This is a really good. This is by Sebastian. This guy is pretty good. Sebastian is pretty good. If you guys don't subscribe to him on YouTube, you guys should subscribe to him. He's a really good programmer. His code is pretty clean. Yep. That's a pretty good one, Mortal. I'm trying, man. Yeah, dude. Keep on it. Old habits die hard. Yeah, man. Yeah, the more Plop, yeah, the more you write code, man, the more you're gonna learn. Like, programming is that thing. You never get worse at it. I never saw a person that get worse at programming over time. If you guys know someone, please let me know, but I don't. Greenbone. Greenbone, do you have a YouTube channel? If you do, whisper to me your YouTube channel, man. I share with you guys here. Derek Benes, it's really good as well. Yeah, yep. He has really good tutorials, and he has tutorials about any language that you can probably imagine. Derek has a tutorial for it. That's a good one, good fellas. Is there any use for partial classes? Yes, I do. I use them. And in Unity, I use them. I don't know if I'm using them as how they're supposed to be used, but I use them. Normally, people in C# world, they would use partial classes for pieces of code that are being written programmatically. So if you have a piece of code that actually writes code, that should be into a partial. But in Unity, I use partial classes for, so I have the data and I have code for my custom editor. So if we go back to Unity here, editor. So see this editor? This editor, the data that's populating these fields here and the images, the interfaces, this is part of a partial class. So that partial class just handles the custom editor. And the other part of the class is actually the class itself that I need in my game. So when I compile my game, the only class, the only part of the class that gets compiled to the game is the data part. That part that's just for the editor, it doesn't get compiled to the game at all. So that's why I'm using partial classes for that. But one could say, oh, you're not using correctly, but that's how I use it. It makes sense to me, right? But guys, I need to go. I need to go. I know that I didn't finish this, and we got a lot done tonight, but I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow. There is a lot of things to do, but we got a lot done. And I was talking too much tonight, I guess. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna see if I can host someone right now. I don't know if there is someone streaming. Let me save here Unity and close everything. But thanks everyone for watching. Save scenes, save project. Let me close this. Oh, is this gonna compile? Night, my friend Syrian. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Good fellas. Your talking's gold. I can start streaming. Kernel, are you going to stream, dude? If you're going to start, let me know if you do. I will get motivation when you wake up. That's true. Leaving so soon, Ploppy. It's 11, dude. I work tomorrow morning. You guys know that if I could stay normally my streams before I was working, I would stream until 3 o'clock in the morning every day. I would stay if I could, and I enjoy doing it. But right now I need to work in the morning, so I need. It's not that I want to go. I have to go. That's the thing. Bush Brogs, thanks for the follow, bro. Let me see who is streaming. Let me see here, guys. Grump and Thug, didn't Grump and Thug did host me? Like, how he's streaming now? He started again. He host me and start over and say like, oh, I'm gonna restart. I'm just working some models. Oh, cool, man. So yeah, I'm gonna drop your host, man, for sure. We're gonna be hosting Kernel Panic. Kernel Panic, he's working with Rainbow Warrior. I think they are building a game together. Super cool stuff. Super cool stuff, guys. And they are working actually on Unreal. So let me copy your username here, and then I'm gonna be hosting you, man. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Mazzoni. Thanks for the follow, man. Here I'm watching your stream. God of Masters, I am just leaving. But thanks for stopping by. I'm just leaving. I really want to stream late. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get a Saturday off. And if I get a Saturday off, the day that I get the Saturday off, on the Friday that I stream, I'm gonna be streaming longer, right? So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. Mortal, thanks for stopping by, man. It's always like this, 7 a.m. God of Master, I promise. As soon as I get a Sunday off, I'm going to start streaming on Friday, and I'm going to go until 3 o'clock in the morning like I did. I promise. Hopefully going to be able to make it. But yeah, Commander, thanks for stopping by, man. Let me see here. 1 second, guys. I'm going to be playing one more song, and then I will be hosting Kernel. 1 second, guys. Let me see here. There we go. There we go, guys. So yeah, Gmon XYZ. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm leaving. Sorry. Have a good day, Jeff. Always enjoying your stream. Yeah, God of Masters. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, let me go. I need to go. I'm gonna be playing one more song, and then we're gonna be hosting Kernel. Oh, you guys should stick around. He's a awesome programmer. You guys not gonna regret. So yeah, guys, thanks for everything. I love you all, like always. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the follows. I really do appreciate. Thanks for everything, guys. It means a lot to me. And thanks for the follow, Gnome XYZ. I love you all, guys, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.